Hello everyone. I'll leave another video as a witness and a testimony to the future of those left behind. Almost 3 months ago, God told me something about myself more than what He already had. Okay, this time I didn't disagree with God. I just kind of pushed the keyboard back and I said, God, what are you up to? And, I'm going to share that with y'all here just shortly. 5 years ago, He said that I was the daughter of Zion in Isaiah, who sat beside her king's gate and waited on him so that she may open it for him. And being the daughter of Zion, that is also the bride of Christ. Now, when God told me I was the bride of Christ, I ran faster than Jonah and I argued more than Moses. Then he had the wrong woman. I had already given my life to God twice and backslid. And the second time I told him that I wasn't going to come back until I was ready. Well, I didn't go back. God brought me back. 3 months ago, He told me to write up these invitations. Okay? It's a 4-part page. I had no clue what He wanted me to write, what He wanted me to say, how to format it. Yes, it was upside down. Okay, and this is what I'm going to read. Because I'm getting to the point of how God had told me more about myself, who I was to Him. Okay. Official wedding invitation. The Spirit and the bride request. All hearts of the New Jerusalem gather. The authority has been given. The wedding is about to begin. And white garments are required to attend. Now, here comes the moment that blew me away. I am the servant that Matthew 22 spoke would come. At this point, I pushed the keyboard back and I said, okay, God, what are you up to? And He told me that we are so far along Matthew 22 that He was now in the streets filling His table. That things had happened that His chosen Christians were too busy doing work for God that they didn't have no time for God Himself. Okay. This is what these invitations are about. He said it didn't matter who I handed them out to hand them out to everybody and to do not quit until the day that it happens. Alright. I am the servant that Matthew 22 spoke would come. I bring word from God. The authority of the New Jerusalem has been sent to earth. The wedding feast of our King is about to begin. His hand is on the gate and will open any minute. The day our King opens the gate of heaven, all of His kingdom will hear for themselves the same day. Fear not, my children, I am here. This is the day you put on your white for the wedding. A lot of people call it rapture. God calls it the first fruit harvest. Expect soon is sooner than soon. The tarrying of the groom is over. Watch for the gate. Prepare. The wedding story. Matthew 22. Guest invitations are passed out the moment you accept Christ. Groom tells his servant, tell my guest it's time to come. Too busy, disbelief, asleep in the ways of the world and faith, refused. Groom tells servant, gather the stranger from the streets. Lukewarm, sinning, undecided, confused, atheist, a chance to choose truth. Revelations 3:16. The wedding clothes, white garments are required to attend. John 4:35, Ecclesiastes 9:8, and Zephaniah 1:9. The gathering of the guest is the wedding. The gathering the guest to the wedding is the first fruit harvest. John 4:35. Matthew 22:11. Groom puts out a man for not having his wedding clothes. If God provides them, then why did the man get put out for wrong clothes? Zephaniah 1:8. The gate of heaven, the New Jerusalem, and the wedding are all the same thing. It is all the gathering. It is crossing the threshold. Heaven will shut. Jeremiah 7:34, 10:9, 25:10, 33:11, John 3:29, and Revelations 18:23 is your proof. Your lamp oil. Zechariah 4:12, Matthew 25:1-13. 5 foolish virgins, guests, who had no oil or white garments. The gate was shut on them, just like the guest that was put out for not having on wedding clothes. Prepare to enter as you are. The new oil is olive oil. Anoint yourself for God Himself to teach you the word I have given you of Him, according to Jeremiah 33:3. That is how I received this word, was Jeremiah 33:3. The new wine is water. Wine is turned back to water. Drink water as new baptism of Revelations 3:13 and 22:17. Come and thirst no more. Last panel. Very important. Please go buy you some white clothes and have them on standby for this day coming real soon in our future. When you hear the voice of God, you must choose that day. You can call in sick and wear the clothes of heaven, wear white, or you can go to work in world clothes. If you get left behind, it will be your own fault for denying God's voice. He said He would not be back for another 1,000 years, and the Muslims will have complete rule under the wrath of God for all the left behind, because grace and mercy of forgiveness will be gone with the kingdom of Christ. Okay, at this point, when the kingdom of Christ is gone, for all the Muslims who denied Jesus being the Son of God, God's fixing to show exactly who the liars are. Okay, now, somebody quoted that to me out of the Quran, so I'm quoting it back to the world. God is about to show us who the liars are. The Muslims think that the Christians are the liars, and the Christians think that the Muslims are the liars. Well, guess what? Christians and Muslims both are getting left behind. Christians and Muslims both are part of the New Jerusalem. So guess what? God is still going to be your thief in the night, and He's going to prove who the liar was, whether you was lying or the Word of God was lying. It is only your comprehension and your understanding. It is your lack of being humble like a child to learn, no matter in whatever age. It is never too late until the day you die. You do not know everything until the day you die, because once you die, you don't learn no more. So you're going to learn everything that you learned before the day you die. And guess what? If that Bible was complete, if that Quran was complete, then why are we not in heaven? Why would God give us complete instructions to everything and make a way for us to not need Him? Get it together, people. We're leaving. I don't care whether you believe me or not. I'm catching out. I've been wearing white for 5 years like God told me to. And just here recently, He said His hand was on the gate. And, you know, I'm not getting caught. This right here, it's my seal of authority before God as His witness and the servant of Matthew 22. It is not for buy, sell, or trade. Nothing about it is the Antichrist. And in the Bible, there's 4 verses that say God's going to give us a tattoo. His name's going to be written on our head. And that Jesus has a tattoo also. Yes. And on his thigh and on his vineyard was a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Revelations. As in the days of Noah, they were all eating and marrying and fighting and getting drunk and sleeping with other people's partners, and they did not see it coming. Many are called and few are chosen. I do not suggest anybody getting this tattoo. It is my gift to God. He is a jealous God. I'm jealous for his love. It is for me. Y'all will have it when you get to heaven. He said it was on earth as it was already in heaven when I put it on my forehead. It is God, the Son. It is spirit. It is flesh. It is determined. It is given from heaven to earth. This is my understanding of why I got it. And God said that it meant, Yahweh, Yahweh, we love to sing your praise, Yahweh.